Hi and welcome back to SimSmart's online session. So now we are going to learn how to draw a free falling hand. It can be during walking or anything. So before we start, we'll draw a nice circle for the wrist area, and from there on the right side we'll draw an oval. These are just reference shapes, so it becomes very easy for us to draw the complete hand. Check out the size of the oval. That is the palm area. The same length should be our finger. Roughly, more or less same. It may not be exactly 100% similar, but more or less same. The fingers can be longer, shorter, fatter, thinner. It's totally up to you. So it should be roughly of the same size. So here we have, this is the index finger that we are doing. We'll be bending it near the first joint. That's a rough outline that we are going to do, and then on the other side of the palm area we are going to do, we'll be drawing another oval. So with the help of two ovals, we'll be building the whole hand. So another rough oval, make sure it forms like a V shape, not close to each other, little bit wider at the end. And that is where we are going to draw our thumb. And as mentioned previously, the proportions of the thumb, it should be like a semicircle. Whenever you draw from the first joint of the index finger, that is where your thumb ends, a semicircle. You can see that semicircle, right? You have to draw that. Now let's darken this completely, taking the reference shapes as a help. And this forms a nice thumb. So near the area where the two ovals are separated, that is where we are going to give a nice turning and join with the index finger. So this is the index finger. We can draw rough ovals again for the reference, or you can draw directly. It's totally up to you on how you want to do it. And complete the index finger. Even though part of the other fingers will be hidden behind the index finger, but the other end of the fingers will be visible. So we'll be drawing just the other end of the fingers from the joint area. Just draw the finger lines and complete it. Again, take the help of a curve. All the fingers should come inside this curve. The same thing, a flat line for the lower end and a little bit of a curved line for the upper end, and complete it. Maybe little bit of extension of this middle finger onto the other side, or if you don't draw also, it doesn't matter much. Do the same thing for the rest of the two fingers also. They'll be barely visible. And what else is missing? The fingernails. So once we are done with all these detailing works, let's complete the fingernails. For the thumb, the whole of the fingernail will be visible because it's onto the other side completely. It's facing towards you. Index finger, part of it will be visible, and the rest of the fingers, it will barely be visible. If you don't draw also, it doesn't matter for the rest of the fingers. Now darken this completely, and any minor corrections you can do at this particular point. Whatever you do, make sure the proportions are well done. You should follow all the proportions whenever you're doing any hand. because if you don't follow the proportions, they don't look natural. So let me repeat how to remember the finger size is. It is same as the palm size. So these both should be equal. Let's do another hand posture. So I'll just use my left hand as my reference, check it out well, and then I'll start doing it. So you can keep your left hand as your reference image and you can draw it with your right hand, or if you are a left-hander, keep your right hand as a reference and draw it with your left hand. So the same thing again. First I'll be drawing the base, and from there dividing it into two equal parts, the palm area, because the fingers, the folded fingers rest there. Of course, don't forget the thumb. As I mentioned, keep your left hand beside you, the reference hand I should say, I won't say left or right, the reference hand beside you, check it out well and start drawing. So that is how my thumb looked like when I have held my hand that way, and that is the fat that is coming out near the palm area. And starting from the little finger, this division is very important to show the difference from this palm area towards the finger. So draw that, and if you notice they're not exactly parallel lines, so these are the reference fingers. Before we start drawing, this is another important reference that you have to do. And if you see, these are not exactly parallel lines, they're kind of merging towards each other. So give that curve whenever you're ending it. And as you're going to the middle finger, it should become higher. The middle finger area becomes higher and all the fingers are coming close to each other. These curvatures are very important when you're drawing. Just check it out the way I'm doing. As mentioned, keep your reference hand, check it out how it is and do it. If you're really confused, keep your reference hand a little bit far. Don't keep it so close to your eye, you won't be able to notice it well. Keep your reference hand a little bit far away from your eye, notice it and then do it. Once a rough outline is done, completely darken it and add all the lines that are there on your palm. And this should be a curve. When you're folding, it's not exactly a straight line, particularly the side fingers. They don't look like a straight line, they look little bit curved. erase all the reference line that we have done, and the hand is ready. So the next one, this is another hand posture. Again the same thing, keep your reference hand beside you and start doing it. First the base, the reference lines, everything you complete, starting from the trapezoid to the reference circles, the division of it, the measurement of the palm with the fingers, everything, the way you have learnt, the basics are to be repeated, and then whatever is changed that you have to add on. So this size should be equal. Now here the change starts. Till here it is the similar thing as we have learned previously, but now we are going to show folded fingers of the last three fingers, that is the middle finger, ring finger and the little finger. So for that we'll be taking the reference of the first line, the first 1/3 line, and join them. Once it is done, darken the whole thing, add on all other lines that are there on your palm. Any detailing to be done, you can do it at this particular point and erase all the reference lines and the semicircle lines, everything. And whatever you do, don't forget the nails. Nails play a very important role whenever you're drawing a hand. At least a part of the nail of the thumb will be visible. So draw them, complete them well. If you have any doubts, let me know, and I'll see you in the next session. Bye.